Hello, and welcome to my channel. That feels kind of funny to say. So I need to tell a quick little story. In what feels like a former life, I used to be an elementary school teacher. I asked the kids, like, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I had this one class one year where every single kid wanted to be a YouTuber. And I was just like, come on, guys, like, let's get some other ideas flowing here. Funny, because I didn't really anticipate myself making a YouTube channel back then, although it's been something that has been on my mind now for a long time. So I am so happy you're here. I don't anticipate becoming a full-time YouTuber from this and my subsequent videos. I think I have 1 subscriber right now, so that's probably not in the cards for me, but I am so excited about it. So I'm excited to share longer format videos on different things within the realm that I work and live in, which is health, fitness, nutrition, lifting, bodybuilding, training for strength, and also on some other topics like what it's like to be a coach and kind of building up your business as a coach who's either starting out or who has been in it for a while, things on the athletic side as a bodybuilding athlete, and someone who has been around that industry for a long time, things on the topic of motherhood. And I've just had to realize too, this is more a note to myself than to anyone else, but as a constantly recovering, working on it perfectionist, I've had to realize that if I was gonna do this, I have to really just let it be imperfect. It's not going to be scripted. I just wanna be chatting with you, keep it real, keep it authentic. So if there's anything in those topics that interests you specifically or anything else that you'd like to see covered, please throw it in the comments because I'd love to hear from you what you want to see. But I thought I would start all of this out with just a quick introduction. My name is Sammy. I have been a personal trainer and coach now for over 11 years, and I never planned to be. So it's been so cool, and also just like such a testament to me of like following the path that is laid in front of you, because sometimes it takes you to places better than you ever could expect it. I planned and went to school originally to be an educator. I loved teaching even from a young age, helping other people. I went to school and got my undergrad in elementary education, and I have a master's in teacher leadership, educational policy and leadership and administration. And that was the plan. But as I was pursuing that, I actually ended up hiring a personal trainer and coach. And that's what really sparked this shift in the path that I was on. So I will say I did teach elementary school for a few years, and I loved it. Like, it was amazing. I still think about all of the kids that I taught. Remember them, the impact that they made, and I hope that I made on their lives. It was something that's always going to stick with me. But I realized when I started doing the two things in tandem, I was coaching and I was teaching at the same time for a long time, that I just found myself thinking about the work that I was doing with the women, mainly women and some men, in the gym and online so much more, and that's where my passion really lies. So while I was at school still, like I said, I ended up hiring a personal trainer. And I thought, when I first met up with them, they kind of gave me their whole spiel about their coaching and what we would be doing. I thought in my head, like, okay, I'll do this for a month, maybe 2 months. In that time, I'm sure I'm going to get 6-pack abs. I'm going to be so strong. I'm going to look so good. And then I'm going to be done with that. And that's really all that I thought. What I didn't think about was like, what would come after that? Would I want to keep up those results? And then also like how I was going to get there and what that all would look like. So I started, lifting weights for the first time with a structured plan. Before that, I had gone into the gym and I'd kind of just wing it and do whatever I wanted. I'd followed a couple different bodybuilding.com workouts. If you were an OG and you ever followed someone's workout plan from bodybuilding.com, please put it in the comments, because that's how you know you've been around for a long time. Like, there were no app-based workouts back then. You would get online and you would, find someone's workout and follow it. So I never really had like a plan that was structured for me or really felt confident in the gym. And as I was working with this trainer and learning how to lift, I felt confident for the first time going in the gym and feeling like, okay, I know what I'm doing here. And I started looking at my nutrition more carefully and realizing that what I had been doing, probably wasn't serving my goals, my body composition, or my health on the larger front. Part of the reason why I ended up hiring that coach is just that I was very like small in high school, and not in a way that was strong or really served me. There was a time where I weighed about 100 pounds, and that was because I was constantly restricting food. I wouldn't eat any sugar. I wouldn't eat after like 7 p.m. at night. And on top of that, even though I was small, I also was constantly getting injured. I mean, I would get hurt doing the smallest things. I was not an athlete growing up. And so all of this is so funny to talk about when I think about what my day-to-day life looks like now and has for the past decade, you know, but I didn't play a lot of sports. I played tennis in high school, but I went to a very small high school, and there was not like a very competitive pool of tennis players to pick from. So when I went to college and kind of let go of some of those hyper restrictive habits, I put on weight pretty fast and ended up gaining anywhere between like 30 to 40 pounds. I was in a sorority. I don't drink anymore at all, but I was drinking pretty heavily, eating a ton of fast food. There would be like entire weeks that would go by where I don't think I even ate like one vegetable or one fruit, staying up all night, you know, just kind of that like typical, for some people, college trajectory. And I quickly learned in working with this trainer that I probably was going to need a little bit more than 2 months to get where I wanted to get, because it wasn't just going to be about restricting everything. I was gonna need to change up my habits too. So I was lifting and I was loving that. I was changing up my habits and I was loving it. And I started to realize how much getting stronger, taking care of my body, and feeling confident in myself in a way that I just really hadn't ever before was not only making me happy when I was, you know, in the gym doing it, but it was also leaking into every other area of my life. And I was obsessed with it. I was thinking about it constantly, and the rest is really history. I became a certified personal trainer. I started working in the gym. Started out with 3 clients, all 3 of whom I knew personally. They were friends, and I never anticipated the way that it would explode into something so much bigger. Now I work full time. Have never really looked back on that. It has been amazing. And one of the things that I really love about the journey that brought me here to doing this full time is that I wouldn't say it's traditional. You know, I didn't grow up with the sports or with lifting weights or being really focused on my nutrition. And I'm grateful for that, because the way that I have had to fight for the last decade to get strong, to work on my imbalances, to change habits that I'd had and mindsets really literally my entire life to get where I am today, I think is a huge strength in how I'm able to help my own clients with their struggles and hurdles and things that come up. Things that don't come easy to you mean so much more in the long run. And, you know, I can still remember the days that I was like fighting for like 100-pound bench for years and fighting to squat, you know, my body weight for years, and reaching those goals and then far surpassing them means so much to me. I can remember the days where I thought, will I even ever be good enough to like step on a bodybuilding stage? And now I've done it for years comfortably at the national level. And yeah, I'm grateful for all the hard things that have ultimately brought a lot of good things into my life. But in addition to that, I am a mom of 3. I have a 7-year-old boy, a 5-year-old boy, and a 2-year-old girl. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah with my husband, who is incredible, such an amazing partner, and cheesy as it sounds, love of my life. And I coach on and have helped to build up an amazing team, Team Fit Bliss. I work with clients all over the US, but also have worked with clients in Australia, Canada, Mexico. I'm trying to think, is that all? Just kind of all over the place now with how the landscape of training and coaching has really changed over the years, and love it. So that's it for a quick little introduction on me. If you have any questions about any of this, I would love to answer them, and let me know what types of things you'd love to see here specifically. It would be super helpful for me. But that's it for now, and here's to taking on a new endeavor.